This is the Fantech or Teevogear Aria XD7, a new egg-shaped mouse which aims to be the best on the market. There's many other eggs available, but the egg shape has often been left behind with it not having the same high-tier hardware, left with removable batteries and other reduced features. Well, Fantech have decided to try and give the XD7 the high-profile treatment, and in this review I'll tell you if it deserves high-profile attention. Oh, and we're giving one of these away, more details later in the video. First, let's take a closer look at the shape. As it is an egg-shaped mouse, it's mainly designed to be used for fingertip or claw grip. That's not to say that those that palm grip their mice won't be able to use this, as this one is a bit bigger than other egg-shaped mice, sitting at around about 114mm long, 65mm wide and 39mm tall. Because of these dimensions, it might be a little bit more accommodating, but Fantech say this is for fingertip or claw grip, so let's just focus on that for now. Oh, and it's also a little bit lighter than some of the other eggs, with it being just 59 grams. The main curve is quite flat, meaning there's going to be less chance of it coming into contact with your hand for those that find such a thing repulsive. I used a fingertip or claw grip mix-up. It changes depending on the alignment of the planets, and it felt great even for someone like myself that normally holds mice like an ape. My hand is kept in place naturally and there's plenty of support for my fingers. Even with the buttons overhanging, forcing my finger to the right side of the shell, it is still supported and comfortable. This is probably from the benefit of having the mouse not be symmetrical, as the right side is almost flat in comparison to the left side and the thumb groove. The coating is a soft matte, and Fantech provides some grip tape if you want some extra texture to hold on to. There's also the benefit of having replaceable backs, so if you don't like holes, you can just take it off and replace it with a hole-free version. These are held in place with magnets, just like how the Xtrify M42 wired used magnets before they added screws. The USB dongle also has a home inside, look at that, and there's plenty of space to put other things in here like chewing gum, because when you're gaming, you want your breath to remain fresh. Now we start moving further inside this mouse. The main switches are using GM 8.0s, and the good stuff doesn't stop there. You get Huano switches for the side buttons and scroll wheel switch as well. And it's also using a TTC Gold scroll wheel. For those that are lost on me saying various names, the stuff is great. GM 8.0s are considered as one of the best switches available, and to have some decent switches on the side and scroll wheel is something that I personally love, as other buttons are becoming more and more incorporated into game bindings. And the high tier hardware doesn't stop there, as we get a 3395 sensor, which is one of the best in the market right now, which supports up to 26,000 DPI. Granted, the differences between sensors these days are somewhat negligible and are mainly just number comparisons. It's still nice to see that they went for the best available choice. They could have just gone for something lower. In terms of battery life, I've not had to charge it yet, so I couldn't tell you. I think it gets around about 80 hours on at least a charge. There's very little RGB apart from a little light that tells you what DPI profile you're on, and that's it. So I can imagine it being decent. There is software, and it's software alright. You can do the expected things like change lift-off distance, DPI stages, polling rate, and add macros, so it works. It doesn't look great, that's all I can say really. If they wanted to make software that just worked for the mouse, then they've succeeded. Also, something that I thought was quite funny is that obviously the DPI stages go up. It starts at 800 and it goes 3200, 5000, and it just jumps up to 26,000 DPI. The mouse also supports Bluetooth as well if you want to extend the battery life further and swap to it when you're not gaming, but I'm a gamer all the time. But I guess it would be helpful if I were to use it on a Chromebook, for example. Inside the box there's some extra stuff. You get a Type-C cable and a dongle adapter, a set of grip tape, spare mouse feet, and lots of stickers. So with all that said and done, what do I think of this mouse? I think this mouse is the best that I have used recently. Everything on this is pretty much perfect. The switches, coating, and performance are just incredible. There's been a clear effort made here to make this mouse as best as possible, and they have succeeded. The only thing that might not make this the best mouse for you is probably the shape. Egg-shaped mice aren't for everyone. I'd recommend that if you are someone that has a bit more of a squeeze type grip, like a palm grip, it's probably best to avoid this mouse, as I just don't think it would be comfortable. I've used it as a fingertip claw grip hybrid myself personally, and it's been amazing. I'm not a natural user of that grip type, so I do end up going back to palm grip, and that's when the discomfort can sometimes kick in, but that's after a few hours. But when I'm not squeezing it like some caveman, it's been an incredible mouse to use in game. I cannot honestly fault any of it at all. So if the shape does entice you, this might be one of the best mice you could probably get. The price of around $100 is incredible. The build quality is up to standard, with the switches being great around the whole mouse as well. It just keeps on impressing with the effort that has gone into this mouse. They could have charged a lot more considering the internal hardware as well, but here we are. It's a reasonable price for a fantastic mouse. You'd be a fool to not pick this up. I don't know what more I can say. Here's a stamp of approval. It's a post-it note, but it's the closest thing I have. You get the idea. A big thanks to Fantech for sending this out to me, and we're giving away a Fantech Aria. For more information, check the Twitter link in the description and pinned in the comments.
I also recently did a video showing some of the best mice for fingertip grip. You should watch it. It's good.